And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here again on a Friday night for the Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series. Last week's winner, the number 71 of Adam Thompson, is currently sitting second on the board. So does he have a good car out here tonight for Vegas? And ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're at tonight, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Going to go ahead and get the race stats up here. We're going to do 140 laps tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Stage 1's going to end on lap number 30, with Stage 2 ending on lap 70. And then Stage 3 goes to the end of the race, of course, with 70 laps. So they also are going to be running 75% fuel, and also keep in mind, everybody, this is a open setup league. These drivers are going to be tweaking these setups all night long. Is the weather going to change? Is the track going to change? All things we're going to have to keep an eye on tonight. As you see right now, track temp a whopping 90 degrees Fahrenheit here at Las Vegas. Air temp is 71 degrees, so it is rather warm out here tonight. Got about 2.5 minutes remaining here in practice, and the best laps of every driver so far. Top of your screen, and curious to see what that's going to do here in qualifying. Now remember, it's an open setup league. They're going to probably put a different setup in just for qualifying. Get as much as they can out of that race car. Just getting, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we're waiting for word from race control to go ahead and head down track side as we watch a battle here in practice. It's Ronnie Morrison in the number 69 and the 13 of J.R. Schomburg. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting word from race control. It's time to head down trackside. So if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. And thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. Everybody go check out Mullet Music Productions over on YouTube. Drivers are starting to head out onto the track here for qualifying. One of the first ones being the number 13 of J.R. Schomburg. Coming out on track. Ooh, looks like he got a little loose there on the apron. And quite a few drivers are starting to head out. Let's go ahead and bring up the weather one more time here tonight. So the track temp is still 90 degrees. And I'm wondering if a couple of guys might maybe wait to see if that track temp drops just a little bit. Get a little bit more grip in those tires. We're going to have to see who else. There's a lot of drivers out here right now. We're taking a look at the number 13 who just got the green flag for qualifying. Now, I was talking to a few of the guys in practice and kind of watching some of them as well. You can almost go full throttle through turns 3 and 4 here at Las Vegas. Cross the line for JR's first lap. It's going to go top of the board at 30.26 as Kyle Wellman answers right back with Samuel Lawson following. Now Raymond Herdina goes top of the charts provisional pole with a 30.07. JR is going through turns 3 and 4 and coming out right now across the line to finish up qualifying. All right, he goes top of the board with a 29.97. Wellman answers right back. Wellman with a 29.84. It's a good lap for the number 42. Dave Mayberry in the number 29. He went 5th fastest so far with a 30.0. As I say that, last week's winner, Adam Thompson, goes top of the charts, 29.61. Ryan Rose, 3rd quickest as he gets bumped by Dustin Lamb in the number 10. Lamb currently sitting 3rd quickest on the board with a 29.73. Carl Lindstrom out on track finishing up his run. He's 8th fastest, 29.92. Jess Vaught goes 4th quickest with a 29.81. Few drivers still have yet to go out on track to qualify. Looks like Brian Zimmerman's going to be heading out. We got Jeremy Richmond in the number 98 out on track as well. First lap, 31.22. Cross the line for the number 98. Oh, he's going to go 2nd fastest at 29.69. Good lap for the number 98 of Jeremy Richmond. It's the 88 of Philip Mullinax. 17th right now, 30.49. Brian Zimmerman is getting ready to take the green flag for his qualifying run. So interesting, Brian Zimmerman ran the wall right there in 1 and 2, trying to get as much momentum built up as he can in that race car. Also going to go to the top side of the racetrack here in 3 and 4. Car looks a little loose right here. Is he going to be able to get another lap? And I don't think so with only 8 seconds to go left here on the clock. So it looks like Brian Zimmerman's not even going to get a time in, an official time in, that is. His qualifying's going to wrap up here. As drivers are starting to grid up. Adam Thompson in that number 71. He's going to be starting on the pole here tonight with Jeremy Richmond to his outside in second. Ronnie Morrison in the number 69 is going to be starting in third with Dustin Lamb starting in fourth. Jess Vout is going to be starting in fifth position with Ryan Rose to his outside in sixth. Kyle, the Wild Man Wellman, is going to be starting in seventh with Larry Bell to his outside in eighth. Old Disco Holmberg out there in ninth. He's going to be starting in ninth with Carl Lindstrom to his outside in 10th. Raymond Herdina in that number 87 is going to be starting in 11th with AJ Bobyak in the number 51 starting in 12th. Starting 13th is going to be the number 13 of J.R. Schomburg with Dave Mayberry in the 29 to his outside. Samuel Lawson, also known as the Governor, going to be starting in 15th in that number 12 with Chummy Miller to his outside in 16th. Philip Molinax in the 17 is going to be, or in the 88 is going to be starting 17th with Derek Wynn to his outside in 18th. Justin Hardy is going to be starting 19th with Chris Carroll to his outside in 20th. Brian Zimmerman is going to be starting 21st with Tyler Clemens starting in 22nd. Nicholas Lamb is going to be starting 23rd with Kyle Clark starting 24th. Chris Spencer is going to be rolling off in 25th with Jacob Kaplan. Rolling off in 26th, Tom Freitas and Michael Wood, I believe, are having some kind of issues tonight, not going to be able to make the grid, but they would round out our field this evening. "25 drivers gridded up here this evening at Las Vegas for the Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series. And last week's winner is starting on the pole here tonight. Who are you going for tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Who do you got your money on? Let us know out in the chat. Coming out of turn number 4, the pace car is going to make that hard left turn down pit road. Coming down to the restart zone. Field in the hands of the flagman, the first start. And green flag is in the air here for Las Vegas. Number 71 of Adam Thompson is going to get out to a great lead right here. Going to be able to slide up in front of that number 98 and take the lead and start to walk away with it out in that clean air. Guys are side by side back here as we come out of turn number 2 for the first time. A couple of guys back here maybe trying to think 3 wide, think a little bit better of it. That's Kyle Wellman in the mix back here with the number 73 of Jess Vout, and Dustin Lamb all the way up to the top side of the racetrack, almost getting to the outside wall. Not sure if maybe he got a little tight right there, and that was something that a couple of drivers were expressing in practice. When you get behind another one of these cars, it just makes the car go super tight. So we're going to see a lot of guys running different lines to try and get clean air to the nose of that race car. That was the number 13 of J.R. Schomburg. He jumped out of line, taking a peek to the inside of Raymond Herdina in the number 87. That's a battle for 9th position. He's got the 45 of Disco right in front of him. Back up to the front of the field, it's still Adam Thompson leading the way. Got Ronnie Morrison right beside him here on the outside. Morrison going for the lead. Ronnie's using the outside to his advantage. You have more momentum up there. Also able to get clean air to the nose of that race car. New race leader, Ronnie Morrison, number 69. Adam Thompson's trying to fight hard back on the inside lane. Now remember, these guys are running for stage points here tonight. Looks like the 71 got a little tight there. Backed out of it. Kyle Wellman gets a little loose. Coming out of turn 2. Nice save by the number 42. Gathers it back up. Gets back in his rhythm here. All kinds of stuff going on right now, ladies and gentlemen, as we're on board right now with Kyle Wellman. Hear him shifting. So I don't know what's going on with the number 71, but it looks like he's kind of going backwards. Maybe the setup not agreeing with him right now. That's a number 10 of Dustin Lamb going for third spot on the 71 of Adam Thompson. He's got to the 73 of Jess Vaught right behind him. Kyle Wellman trying to make his way up in here as well. Lap 6 of 140, still a long way to go, and these guys are racing like there's 10 laps to go. Kyle's got to run here to the inside, takes a peek to the inside of the number 73, just got around the 71, and it turns 3 and 4. Back up to the front, Ronnie Morrison continues the lead right now, got around Adam Thompson, and got in that clean air and has started to step away a little bit, but not too far. Got Jeremy Richmond right behind him. It's only a half-second gap. Dustin Lamb also doing a good job out there. He's got to run to the outside of the number 98 right now. Doesn't have it. Crossover move. You saw that. Jeremy Richmond, he tried to slide up in front of Dustin, take his line away. We're going to have a slide job here by the number 10. Great battle going on here for second spot. Now the number 98 of Jeremy Richmond takes a peek to the inside of Dustin Lamb. He backs out of it, gets back in line. Kyle Wellman got right on the left rear quarter panel of that number 73 car. Man, was it tight. Almost contact there. Oh, they make contact down the back straightaway. Him and J.R. Schomburg make contact. Looks like the 13 might have a little right front damage. Who's that? The governor getting into the outside wall as they're 3 wide back here in 3-4. A lot going on. Look at this mess back here. You got Larry Bell back there. Carl Lindstrom, Samuel Lawson. 29 of Dave Mayberry back in this mix. Chummy Miller also, he's stuck in the middle right now. 3 wide with the 97 of Chris Carroll and the 5 of Nicholas Lamb. This is just great racing all around. Lap 10 of 140. We're almost 4 wide down the front stretch. Oh, we're looking for 4 wide again right here, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like these guys have finally got it sorted out back here. Let's go back up to the front. Still Ronnie Morrison, your race leader in the number 69. He has increased the gap a little bit to Jeremy Richmond, only by 0.2 though. It is still increasing. Last time by, their lap times were pretty identical, a 30.75 to a 30.76. So JR, despite having a little bit of right front damage to that number 13, you can barely see it. He's doing a good job out here maintaining it, now sitting in 4th position. So the gap has started to shrink a little bit. Richmond is starting to catch that number 69 car as we take lap 13 of 140. And remember, the stage end is on lap 30. Are we going to see drivers maybe short pit here? maybe play a little bit of strategy. Ronnie Morrison seems like he's content running the middle side of the racetrack. You see Richmond, he's behind him. He's trying to catch him, so he's trying to run a different line, keep that clean air to the front end of that race car. And it is working for him. He is catching him. Last time we came up here to the lead, it was 7/10. Now down to 2. It's Morrison. He gets loose coming off turn 4. Great save by the number 69. Battle for the race lead right now. The number 98 of Jeremy Richmond looks to the bottom side of the racetrack. Oh, he's going to get loose. Morrison gets loose. Him and Richmond go to the bottom side of the racetrack. That is definitely going to bring out a yellow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. We're going to have to go back. See if we can't get a better look at that. See what happened. 69's on the top side. Gets loose. Comes down the racetrack. Gets into the 98. 98 trying to get it stopped. Gets clipped. I don't know who that was by. It's showing me that I believe Raymond Herdina might have been in it. So, yeah, he rolls up the track, and, I mean, just nowhere to go. Same with Carl Lindstrom. Let's see if we can't get a good angle on Lindstrom here. Yeah, just nowhere to go, man. I mean, that he's got Wallman right in front of him, so he can't really see what's in front of him, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a car. Just nowhere to go. So that's going to put us under caution here for the first time this evening. That hands the race lead over to that 13 car. And I'm actually surprised he didn't bring it down pit road. Maybe try to fix that right front. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's handling a little bit better for him. Got to keep an eye on the infield care center, see if anybody wants to talk to us here. Let us know what happened, maybe what they saw. So let's see here. We did have a few drivers come down pit road that time by. One of them being the 71 of Adam Thompson, and it's not surprising to see that 71 bring it down pit side this time. He has a chance to come down, work on it. He led a few laps there, and then once Morrison got around him, he just started going backwards. So maybe the 71's got something figured out. Let's see what he can do here. We're only going to have about, I'd say, 12, maybe 11 laps to go here before the stage end, too. And he's sitting 13th. He's going to have to get a couple more spots here if he wants some stage points. But he was one of the first drivers to come down pit road. Same with Jess Vaught in the 73 and Old Disco back there in 15th. A bunch of other guys came down pit road, followed them as well. A few of the guys involved in that caution. But JR in that number 13, he stayed out. Same with Dustin Lamb. They're going to be on our front row here for this restart. See Steven Johnson out in chat. How's it going, Steven? Glad you could join us. Everybody, thank you for tuning in to True Sim Productions tonight for the Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series. It's going to be every Friday night here on True Sim Productions. And also, ladies and gentlemen, big news tomorrow night. We're going to get a little dirty here with Front Row Esports because we're going to be doing the Front Row Esports Dirt Series tomorrow as well. It's going to be street stocks and I believe it's big block modified. So it's going to be 2 races. I believe we're at Cedar Lake, so tune into that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the pace car lights are off. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and fire them off one more time here at Las Vegas. Going to be taking the green flag here on lap 20. It's going to be about 10 laps to go here before the stage end. Who's going to take home that playoff point? They were racing pretty hard there at the beginning of the race. I'm curious to see what they're going to do now with only 10 laps to go in the stage. This is going to be wild. Steven Johnson says 13 might be saving a set of tires for the later in the race, question mark. Hey, you know, it's possible, right? I mean, you got to play a little bit of strategy if you're going to want to win one of these races, right? Next Up Media, thank you for coming out. Cars go vroom. Yes, they do. Out of turn number 4, J.R. Schomburg down to the restart zone. Fires them off, and we're back underway. That was a great restart there. By the number 13. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. As we got the 51 of AJ Bobiak. He's up there inside the top 5, sitting in second. And how about Chris Carroll? First time we've seen Chris Carroll up there all night long. Now Carroll's up 17 positions on the inside of Dustin Lamb. He's going to slide up in front of that number 10 machine and go down into turns 1 and 2. We got a battle here for second place. Carroll to the top side of the racetrack. He's going to put the nose of that race car right on the right rear quarter panel of the 51, suck him back a little bit. Now he's got to run down the back straightaway, give Chris Carroll second position. JR holding on to the lead, though. Goes to the top side of the racetrack. Tries to take away Chris Carroll's line. Saw him coming in his rearview mirror. Saw he had a little bit of speed there, and he's just trying to slow him down. Lap 22 of 140. So Chris Carroll holds on to second. AJ Bobiak holds on to third there. He's up 9 positions since the start of this race. Dustin Lamb, he's been up inside the top 5 pretty much since the green flag has dropped. Now fighting Kyle Wellman on the bottom side of the racetrack. Kyle Wellman to the top side of the racetrack. And Wellman's kind of using that high line to his advantage. Kyle Wellman was one of those drivers that came down and took tires. So Wellman going for stage points here, ladies and gentlemen. Looking to the outside of that number 13 machine. He's going to get there. Battle for the race lead. Give the lead to the wild man here on lap 23. These guys are doing an awesome job here tonight, putting on a great show. Got a battle going on back here between, it looks like Nicholas Lamb. Got Chris Spencer back in this mix. Everybody fighting for position. Three wide here as we come out of turn number 4. The 71 of Adam Thompson to the bottom side of the racetrack. He's trying to get as many points as he can here. Sitting in 9th right now. Taking a look at the number 21 here of Chris Spencer. Spencer to the inside of the 5 of Nicholas Lamb, trying to fight for that 6th position. So I'm not sure if Adam Thompson took tires or maybe he dialed that car in, but he is coming. Setting some good lap times. Same with that Jeremy Richmond in the 98. He's kind of been following him through this pack. So Wellman, now here's the thing. He did pit on lap number 16. So he's got fresh tires. There's no doubt about that. But he doesn't want to pull too far out ahead. He doesn't want to burn him up if he's going to have to save him here after we get the green and white checkered flag. 13 at JR, kind of going backwards just a little bit, sitting there in the 4th position with Chris Carroll right behind him in 5th. Carl Lindstrom and Jess Vaught are 2 other drivers who pit on lap 16. So they also have a set of tires. So now Wellman is going to have to fight a little bit for this stage win. '73 of Jess Vaught goes to the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to get a run on the number 42 down into turns 1 and 2. He's got a pretty good run right here. I just don't think he can get to him. We're going to come to 2 laps to go, this time buying the stage. Riding on board with Jess Vaught. Oh, he's going to make a move here. Wellman's going to go down to block it. Touches the apron a little bit. Maybe a little touch of the bumpers right there. Vaught's got a run coming out of turn 2. Wellman's going to go down and block it. Oh, he blocked twice. He got hit. I think Wellman kind of lucked out right there. He's there. He did it again. I don't know. That's a rough game to play. Eventually, I think you're going to turn yourself off the guy's nose. Oh, he's there. Oh, they make contact through the center of 1 and 2. This is for the... Oh, they make contact again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just for the stage win. Side by side through 3 and 4. Coming out of turn number 4, Wellman's going to hang on his door. They're going to contact again, and Wellman goes into the outside wall, and Carl Lindstrom is going to take the stage win. What just happened? On today's episode of, quote, he had that coming. He had that one coming. You know, Steven, I might have to agree with you on that one. We're 30 laps into this race, man. So Carl Lindstrom, stage 1 winner. So we got to congratulate him. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll see if we can't get a quick word with Lindstrom. Actually, real quick, I want to see. I think they're still catching a pace car. I want to make sure that they see if they go down pit road first. So I want to see who goes down down in the pits. Kyle Wellman, after getting to the outside wall, I mean, heavy right front damage to that number 42 machine. Sam Lawson, he pit on lap 10. He was a lap down not long ago. Now up inside the top 5. Uh-oh. Number 42 looks like he's looking for somebody here. Getting right on the back bumper of that 73 car, and I mean, to be brutally honest, I'm not sure what I mean Wellman, he can be mad, right? Like he can feel like he got raced differently. Everything looks different from the cockpit, right? From our point of view, though, I again got to go with Steven. Kind of had that one coming. As everybody's going to bring it down pit side. Wellman's... Yeah, he's going to have to take that one fast repair these guys get. Got Larry Bell on pit road there. Dustin Lamb. Jeremy Richmond. Sorry about that, Jeremy. Jeremy Richmond in the number 98. He stayed out on track. He last pit on lap 15. Same with Adam Thompson in that 71. Chris Carroll. Show me he's yet to come down pit road, but that can't be right. Unless he missed his pit box and kept rolling through it. I'm not sure. Regardless, let's see if we got... we do. Let's see if we can't talk to him real quick here. Carl Lindstrom, driver of the number 83. It's Sam in the booth. Do you got a copy?
I do.
Hey, man. You know, we watched that from our point of view. Now I need to hear your point of view because you came home with that stage win. Congratulations. But what'd you see out there? How'd you get it done?
Yeah, so we restarted back around, I don't know, 15th, 18th, something on that restart. And we had to come down pit road because we got damage from that caution. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to drive this thing to the front. Some of these guys are on old tires. And I got up to the top three there, the top two in front of me. And I had a feeling, just based off watching them, that they were going to race each other hard. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to just wait for them to make a little contact, and then I'm going to pounce. And that worked out for me.
So, hey, you're sitting in a good position right now. It looks like track position is pretty important here tonight. What's the plan going forward?
Well, so I'm probably down a set of tires on the guys behind us. So my plan is to probably, try to not abuse my tires a little bit. And I think if we can get into some long green flag runs, I'll be sitting okay.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations on taking home that stage 1 win, and good luck to you in the rest of the race.
Awesome. Thank you.
That was driver of the number 83, Carl Lindstrom, coming home with the stage 1 win. As always, you heard him there. I think he played it smart there, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of just hung in the back, let those guys race it out, put himself in the right position to win that stage. All right, so as I said, Jeremy Richmond, number 98, is your race leader. Adam Thompson has found his way back up in the second. Both of those drivers pit on lap 15 and 16. Then the rest of the field behind them, which is Carl Lindstrom on back, last pit underneath the stage caution. So, we're getting ready to re-rack them and restack them. Fire them off one more time here at Las Vegas. Going to start stage 2 here when we get the green flag. So I tell you what, man, after that stage 1 performance and after talking to him, hearing his plan, I tell you what, I got to put my money on that number 83 car here tonight. I like it. Setting up there in third position. We're going to have to see how the rest of the race plays out. Lap 35 of 140. The next stage, ladies and gentlemen, will end on lap 70. And then we're going to run to the end. Out of turn number 4, the pace car is going to make the hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Green flag back out in the air. Great start for the number 98. He's going to get out ahead just a little bit. He's going to be able to clear him. Get a good entry down into turns 1 and 2. Cannot say the same for the number 71. He's got Kyle Wellman all over his back bumper, and Lindstrom down to the bottom side of the racetrack looking for second. Thompson under pressure from the number 83. The 98 goes to the bottom side of the racetrack. He's trying to hold on to the race lead. Lindstrom goes to the apron. He's got to run on the 98. Down to the bottom side of the racetrack. New race leader Carl Lindstrom here on lap 37. Side by side for second place, Adam Thompson's going to take a peek underneath the number 98 here down the back straightaway. And also side by side for fourth position, Nicholas Lamb in the number 5 making up some ground. And how about the governor? The governor putting in some work here tonight, now taking a peek underneath the number 5. Side by side back here for the fourth position. Nicholas Lamb is going to slide back into 5th, but he's going to try. He does. He stays on the side of Samuel Lawson. Just trying to hold on to that 4th position right now. And back behind him is the number 55 of Tyler Clements holding on to that 6th position. And Tyler's up 16 spots from the start of this race. So Kyle Wellman he looks like he might be going backwards a little bit. He's falling back to 8th right now, side by side with AJ Bobyak. Chris Spencer looked like he just got around him as well. So we're almost 3 wide back here in the back for 10th place. Cars all over the place here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That looked like the 73 of Jess Vaught. He shot to the bottom side of the racetrack, looking underneath that number 29 machine. Kind of used Kyle Wellman as a pick right there. You saw the 29 get stuck behind the 42, and the 73 was able to make up the ground and get around him. This is absolutely phenomenal racing right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost 3-4 wide again back here in the back of the pack. These guys are all over the place. Taking a look at the 45 of Disco. Looking to the inside of that 42 of Kyle Wellman. And something going on with that 42. I don't know if it's because he's on older tires or what, but Wellman is just going backwards. Let's go back up to the front of the field. Carl Lindstrom is now out to about a 2nd lead. So Carl got out to the lead. He's doing a great job. We talked to him there under caution. Won the first stage and now out there leading laps. Nicholas Lamb in the number 5 is sitting in 2nd place right now. Up 21 positions since the start of this race. Samuel Lawson is under fire from Adam Thompson right now, going into 3 and 4. Thompson to the top side of the racetrack and Lawson to the bottom side. That's a battle for 3rd position. So Sam was able to hold on to that 3rd position, now starting to pull away just a little bit. Doing a good job out here, up 12 positions. Adam Thompson now kind of under fire from that number 51. And that's another car we've seen tonight up inside the top 5. That 51 car has some speed here tonight at Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that being said, we are going to take our first commercial break of the evening. Don't worry, if anything happens, we'll bring you right back. But we will be right back. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here live on True Sim Productions, and we just had a battle for the lead and a change of the lead. Nicholas Lamb puts his number 5 machine out to the race lead. He's now up 22 positions since the start of this race, coming to take lap 49 of 140. The 51 of AJ Bobiak got around the 12 of Samuel Lawson as well. Put AJ up into third. So everybody kind of single filing out right now, kind of getting into a good rhythm. Just trying to get a feel for these race cars, trying to see what they need to do here on this next pit stop. So Tyler Clemens sitting there in 5th. He's catching up to the 12th car of Sam Lawson right there. A little bit quicker than him that lap too. Tyler's running the middle of the racetrack. Sam Lawson almost into the outside wall right there. Clemens to the bottom side of the racetrack. Sam's going to go to the top side. The problems for that number 12 machine. Not sure what's going on. Kind of going backwards a little bit. Maybe burn up the tires already. We still got about 20 laps to go here before the end of stage 2. Go back to 6th. You got the 73 of Jess Vaught out there. And then right behind him is J.R. Schomburg, the number 13. Trying to get a good run on him here going down the back straightaway. He's going to go to the top side of the racetrack again, trying to get clean air to the front of the race car. Trying to push it down into the racetrack, essentially get the downforce. Chris Spencer back here holds on to 8th. As we go almost 3 wide here in the middle of 1 and 2. That's Adam Thompson in the 71 sitting in 9th. He's got Chris Carroll and Brian Zimmerman trying to split him through the center of the corner right there. So we go back a little bit further. You got Dustin Lamb back here in 12th. Now, this is the lowest we've seen him all race. At the beginning of the race, Lamb was up inside the top 5. Not sure if he missed something on an adjustment. Looks like he's working his way back up there, though, making his way around the 46 of Larry Bell right now. Dave Mayberry back in this mix. He's the one side by side with Dustin Lamb. Lamb's going to go ahead and take that position for now, but the 29 is going to go to the middle of the racetrack, try and fight back for it. Kyle Clark in the number 30 back here in 15th. And Jeremy Richmond is falling back to 16th. Now remember, Jeremy last pit on lap 15. So I think he's trying to save a set of tires here to the very end. Trying to make sure he has fresh rubber for basically the entirety of the last stage, and I think that might be the winning strategy here right now. He's doing a good job. He's just got to make sure he doesn't go a lap down. Losing a lot of time right now. Right behind him is Raymond Herdina. Number 87 car holds on to that 17th position with Old Disco back there in 18th. Chummy Miller behind him in that 6 cars hold on in the 19th position. He's got Derek Wynn right behind him in the number 11. That's actually Ronnie Morrison, and Morrison trying to bounce back. Looks like Morrison might be a couple of laps down here, sitting in 23rd position. You got Justin Hardy in the 17, not on the racetrack, and Ryan Rose has put it on the hauler as well. So back up to the front of the field, it is Nicholas Lamb. He's got about a 2/10, 3/10 gap over second place, which is now AJ Bobiak. in the 51, and I tell you what, that 51 is coming. Last time by, a 32.02 for the leader, and for Bobyak, it was a 31.81, so that 51 machine is fast here on a long run. As I say that, down to the bottom side of the racetrack, the 51 does have a run on the 5 car. The 5's going to get loose coming out of turn 2. 51 of AJ to the bottom side of the racetrack. Once again, the 5 of Nicholas up to the top side. Coming out of turn number 4, battle for the race lead side by side. And I tell you what, look at this. Carl Lindstrom kind of in the same position he was at the end of stage 1. Now with 2 different drivers in front of him. Still side by side as we go down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4. I tell you what, the 5 car is really holding up on the top side of the racetrack right there. It's keeping that momentum build up. So these guys are racing hard here side by side. And this is allowing Carl Lindstrom to catch them. And also, don't count out that 55 machine of Clements because he's starting to make ground up as well. Oh, it looks like the 5 of Nicholas Lame got into the outside retaining wall. He's going to lose a little bit of momentum. I don't think he hurt the car too bad. Sounded like he just scraped it a little bit. Now looking like he might lose third to Tyler. Down and back straightaway. Nicholas Lamb trying to get back into his rhythm here. To the bottom side of the racetrack. Taking a peek underneath the 55 of Tyler Clemison. In the middle of 3 and 4. 51 of AJ Bobyak still leads the way here. With under 10 laps to go in stage number 2. So Carl Lindstrom is trying to catch the back bumper of that number 51. Last time by, they ran pretty identical lap times, a 32.03 to a 32.08. Got about 7 laps to go here in stage number 2. So Nicholas Lamb has found his way back around the 55 of Clemens. And how about this? The 71 of Adam Thompson back up inside the top 5. Gets around Tyler Clements right there, takes over the 4th position. Good points for that number 71. Looks like he might have figured something out. Maybe has a little bit better of a long run car here tonight. Single file here up near the front. Next car back is Chris Carroll in 6th. Right behind him is J.R. Schomburg in the number 13 and 7th. Jess Vaught back there in the 73 and 8th. Now under fire from Jeremy Richmond, who has just absolutely came out of nowhere, to be honest. Last time we saw him, he was near the back of the pack. Now all of a sudden up to 8th. And again, the last time he pit was on lap 15. Has he just been saving tires? Ooh. 13. JR, he got loose coming out of turn number 2 right there. Nice save. As Adam Thompson brings it down pit road. And, you know, we had to see this at some point, right? This was another driver who last pit on lap, I believe it was 16. Coming down before the stage and before the pits closed, too, as well. We still got 3-4 laps to go. So we got a battle heating up once again up near the front. Looks like the 5 of Nicholas Lamb has gotten back into his rhythm or found something on the top side of the racetrack. He is starting to run down these top 2. Taking a look at lap times, that time by Nicholas Lamb and Carl Lindstrom ran identical lap times. Both of these guys trying to run down the 51. Nicholas in the 5 goes to the top side of the racetrack trying to get a run around that number 83. And it looks like he can hold with him. He just can't stay on that right rear quarter panel. Down into 1 and 2 once again. It's going to be 2 laps to go here for the stage. Number 51 out in the lead, AJ Bobbiak with Carl Lindstrom right behind him. The 5 of Nicholas Lamb almost pushing the 83 down the back straightaway. So we go into 3 and 4 coming out of turn number 4. Who's going to take home stage number 2? Lindstrom's in a good spot to sweep it. But I think that 51 car is just a little bit quicker right now. Nicholas goes to the top side of the racetrack. Oh, he got loose again coming out of turn 2. He's going to lose all kinds of momentum. Into 3 and 4. Lindstrom's trying to get a run here. Coming out of turn 4. Down the front straightaway. Looks like the 51's going to hang on and take home stage win take home the stage win of stage 2. As caution flag flies. So, there's a few drivers on that run that kind of impressed me a little bit. And they both pit on lap 66, I believe, or around lap 66. I'm trying to find them here. Yeah, Jeremy Richmond and Adam Thompson. Richmond pit on 67, Thompson pit on 66. So those two are working a little bit different in strategy than anybody else is here tonight. All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, pit stop. Stick around. All right, back live here on True Sim Productions, and pit stops are underway. The 51 right side's going up. And 4 tires got on the number 51. It looks like a lot of these guys are going to be taking 4 tires. That gave Adam Thompson one of his laps back. Or his lap back, I should say. Still showing Jeremy Richmond a couple of laps down, actually. That's interesting. So Carl Lindstrom comes out the race leader. It's shown me on my timing and scoring. Let's see here. Oh, do we have problems for the 51? Not seeing. Yeah, he's not registering out on track. Something might be going on with the 51. I don't want to pull him up for an interview if he's got some issues going on there in that 51 machine. Trying to get an eyeball on him here. Yeah, it's just not registering him here on iRacing. Hopefully his connection holds up. Hey, Scotty Stevens, see you out in the chat, buddy. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Steven, you as well. All right, we're a little over halfway in this race, ladies and gentlemen. We got a little under 70 laps to go here at Las Vegas. And I tell you what, my pick looking good out there in the lead. That 5 car, though, man, he was looking pretty strong there near the end of stage 2. All right, now you got Chris Carroll back up in the mix up there in third as well. All these drivers taking tires. These drivers are really getting ready to go back green flag racing because they're already double filed before we even hit the line to go 1 to green here. That's a Lindstrom. Looks like he might be taking a top side here. It's an interesting choice. That's the first person we've seen make a lane choice here tonight. So we're going to be going back green flag racing with about 65 laps to go. Let's see if did the 51 get his issue fixed? No, it doesn't look like it. All right, coming out of turn number 4, pace car is going to make that hard left down pit road. Field in the hands of Carl Lindstrom in the restart zone. Green flag back out in the air. Chris Carroll actually got a pretty good restart right there. As you see, he's all over the back bumper of that number 5 machine. Lindstrom got a good jump there. He's going to be able to clear the 5 going down into turn 1. Chris Carroll side by side with J.R. Schomburg right now. That is for the 3rd position. Carroll's going to slide up in front of him. How about Chris Spencer in the number 21 out there up inside the top 5? Spencer having a good run right now. Looks like we have to go back to the middle of the pack again. These guys are almost 3 wide once again. We're taking a look at Dave Mayberry. You got Sam Lawson and Brian Zimmerman in this mix as we go on board here with Dave. You hear him having to work the throttle, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be 3 wide coming off turn 2. Sam Lawson in the middle. Is anybody going to give? It doesn't look like it. Sam Lawson trying to fight his way back up inside the top 10. He's gone to the back of the field once already. Good racing going on even a little further back right here. Dustin Lamb trying to get through this mix. Same with Ronnie Morrison, it looks like back here. And Morrison still trying to fight to get his laps back. go back up to the front of the field because we got a battle for the race lead right now. Nicholas Lamb back to the top side of the racetrack, fighting Carl Lindstrom on the bottom side. So it looks like Nicholas might have a better, I don't want to say shorter run car, right? Because they both were fighting for that stage win, but it takes off just amazing. And then once he gets to the center of the run, it looks like he has maybe a little bit of issues, but then it comes right back to him. So I think that 5 car has the setup figured out. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway, side by side right here for second, Chris Carroll in the number 97 with Carl Lindstrom in the 83. Lindstrom on the bottom side of the racetrack. Chris Carroll kind of running the middle there in 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, why don't we do something a little special here tonight? Why don't we go ahead and crank it up? Gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, I do love those crank it up cameras. Nicholas Lamb, still your race leader. Chris Carroll runs second with J.R. Schomburg sitting in third. And I tell you what, Nicholas has been doing a great job on the top side of that racetrack. But now, Chris Carroll looking to the inside. Another battle for the race lead. Race lead right here as we go back down into turns 1 and 2. Chris Carroll gets around the number 5. Now, this is what I was saying before we went to the crank it up, ladies and gentlemen. That 5 car, he takes off really, really well. But then once we hit a few laps in the run, it's almost like he falls off. But then it picks right back up about 10 laps later. So we're going to see how this plays later in the race as JR gets around him here as well and put JR up to second. So Lindstrom actually running in 4th. You got Chris Spencer holding on to 5th. Jess Vaught back there taking a peek to the inside. Doesn't have enough of a run. He's sitting there in 6th position. with Brian Zimmerman and Larry Bell. Those are teammates, Five Kings Motorsports. And Samuel Lawson as well right behind him. The governor out there up inside the top 10. Brian Zimmerman goes to the outside of that 73 machine. 73 looked like he tried to slide up in front of Larry Bell. Just didn't have enough room. Bell had too much momentum. So let's go back up to the front of the field because now J.R. Schomburg taking a peek to the inside of Chris Carroll for the race lead. He's going to slide up in front of him, a new race leader on lap number 90. Ooh, we got big time loose coming out of turn number 2 right there. It's going to allow Chris Carroll to take a peek to the inside. They're going to make contact going into 3 and 4. Both drivers keep it straight. That was great racing. Carroll going to slide up in front of the 13, take his line away, and now another new race leader. We've had quite a few lead changes here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So we're really seeing how these setups are playing into these drivers' favor here tonight. Chris Carroll must have been working on it. He's now up to the race lead. Haven't said a whole lot about him tonight. 50 laps to go. Out there fighting for the lead with J.R. Schomburg. And a big shout out to J.R. as well. Doing a great job out here. Sitting in second, fighting for that race lead. Side by side as we go down into 1 and 2. Chris Carroll to the bottom side of the racetrack. J.R. Schomburg to the top side. Oh, he's going to get loose. Kind of touched the wall a little bit right there coming out of 2. He got the lead, though, off Carroll. Carroll tried to snag a little bit of draft as they went into 3 and 4, then goes to the bottom side of the racetrack. Ooh, not sure what happened with the 12 problems. Sam Lawson, slow on the racetrack, bringing her down pit side. Oh, contact with the 69, I think that was. Let's see if we can't back that up. Get a replay. Maybe, let's see if we can't get a better angle on that. Ooh, hits the wall. Oh, what in the world? Let's see if we can't get one more look at that. We'll back it up. So he puts it 3 wide, gets in the wall a little bit, keeps it up there though, and then just gets hooked. So problems for the number 12 here tonight at Vegas. As we got a battle for the race lead once again. Chris Carroll to the bottom side, going to try slide job on the 13. Almost. 13 gets loose. Down into the 83, turns him. Oh my goodness. Carl Lindstrom. Problems for the 83. Can we get a replay on it? Coming off the corner, the 13 gets loose, comes down, gets into the 83. No caution, he keeps it straight. But man, I think that just ruined the 83's night. What a shame. So Chris Carroll trying to hold on to the race lead right now. We got 44 laps to go. Now remember what I said about Nicholas Lamb earlier. You see it. It's been a few more laps. That car's starting to bounce back. Man, that is just unfortunate. Carl Lindstrom on pit road still. Just a shame. Got a good battle going on right here for the race lead. Chris Carroll holds on to it. Nicholas Lamb trying to take a peek going down the back straightaway. Not enough momentum. Coming out of turn 4, it's going to be 42 laps to go. These drivers are definitely going to have to make one more pit stop before this race is over. Another run down the back straightaway for the 5. Can't make it happen. Let's go back to 4th place, Brian Zimmerman. Up inside the top 5, up 17 spots. And even Chris Spencer up there, sitting in 3rd, 22 spots he's gained since the start of this race. Doing a great job out there. Adam Thompson holds on to 6th. Got Jess Vaught in front of him for position, that is. That's Jeremy Richmond in the 98 in front of him, and Richmond's still a few laps down. Larry Bell inside the top 10 as well, and that number 46. He's got Raymond Herdina right behind him for position, but Ronnie Morrison there trying to get one of his laps back. Sam Lawson, just to give you guys an update on him, he is currently 2 laps down, it's showing, I believe. Let's see here. He's only about 1.5 laps down right now, so he could still bounce back. Carl Lindstrom, unfortunately, still on pit road. The 6 of Chummy Miller as well. We're back up to the front of the field. We were on board there with Chris Carroll. 39 laps to go. Starting to pull away a little bit from that number 5 machine. Kelsey, we see you out in chat. Governor was running well. But, hey, anything can happen here. We still got a long way to go. 38 laps. Anything can happen. We can get a caution flag. He can take a wave around. He can get right back in this thing. So don't count him out just yet. So we got another battle for the lead heating up right here. That 5 car of Nicholas Lamb doing everything he can to try and find a way around the number 97 of Chris Carroll. As here we go, side by side through 1 and 2. Lamb to the top side of the racetrack once again. It's worked for him all night long. Is he going to clear Carroll? I don't think so. Carroll's going to bring it down pit road. Is this the start of final pit stop? Oh, locks him up before hitting the commitment cone there. Hopefully Chris Carroll didn't get speeding. Looks like teammate Brian Zimmerman also on pit road, so this might be a 5-king strategy. Now, if you're Nicholas Lamb, what do? You see Chris Carroll, you just got around him, he comes down pit road. I imagine we're going to see this 5-car pit here really shortly. He's going to keep it out on the racetrack one more time. So, not sure. Some interesting strategies being played here tonight at Vegas. So we got quite a few drivers bringing it down pit side. Adam Thompson, Jess Vaught, Larry Bell, Raymond Herdina, Dave Mayberry, all on pit road right now. So green flag pit stops are happening. Nicholas Lamb elects to keep it out on the racetrack one more time. So, and now Chris Spencer brings it down pit road. So he's running out of time here. He is going to have the freshest tires later in the run, but this time staying out on track could be hurting him right here. He's got Clemens on pit road, Clark on pit road. Philip Molinax has yet to pit as well. He's sitting there in second. .33 laps to go. And the 5 car is going to go to the top side of the racetrack. Going to let that number 98 machine of Jeremy Richmond by, it looks like. Still a couple of drivers bringing it down pit road. Right now, only 2 cars on the lead lap are that 5 car and the 88 of Philip Mullinax. So we're basically just kind of waiting right now, and here's what I was saying about the tires. That 13 machine is coming. Now, JR is currently third, 1 lap down. Gets his lap back from the 5. This is really interesting strategy being played by Lamb. Let's go on board and see if maybe he might be saving a little fuel. So it doesn't sound like the number 5 is saving fuel. So I'm really curious to see how the strategy is going to play out for him. So Schomburg gets around. Oh, here we go. The 5 coming down pit road now. All right, so where's he going to stack up later in the race now? Because Chris Carroll and Brian Zimmerman just went past him here. Currently showing J.R. Schomburg in second. Now these guys are definitely going to jump that 5 car in pit road. They've had better tires. They've had time to get out there and turn some pretty quick laps. Coming out of turn 4 to get 30 laps to go here, I believe. Got 30 laps to go. Give the race lead back to JR. Chris Carroll in second. Nicholas Lamb still on pit road. He's coming off now, but man, is he losing a lot of ground. Already back to 9th. And that's how pit stops can really hurt or help you, ladies and gentlemen, right there. But now he does have fresher tires. He has 5 lap fresher tires than a lot of these guys. So if we compare the stints here with the top 5, you see how they all came down pit road, how many laps they've done on each stint. So Schomburg's been out there for a good 16 laps, it looks like. 17. Take a look at pit stop time between the top 5 here. So pretty good pit stop times. Looks like Carroll was a little bit faster. How about the pit crew of the number 73 machine, that Jess Vaught, 14.8. So 27 laps to go. We just had green flag pit stops, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going all the way to the checker flag. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Back live here on True Sim Productions for the Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series. And Chris Carroll has found his way to the race lead with teammate Brian Zimmerman right behind him in second. And a battle starting to heat up for the lead with 20 laps to go. Zimmerman is there, been running some pretty good lap times as well, trying to catch up to that number 97 car. Jess Vaught is doing a great job holding on to that third position with Chris Spencer right behind him. We got 19 laps to go here tonight at Vegas. Larry Bell holds on to the top 5 right now, sitting in 5th. Raymond Herdina in 6th. J.R. Schomburg has fallen back to the 7th position. Now he last pit on lap 95 compared to everybody else who pit on lap 104 on. And how about this number 5 machine? Nicholas Lamb in 7th. He pit on lap 110. He lost a lot of ground, a lot of track position, starting to fight his way back through the field. He just goes around Raymond Herdina for 6th place. So that puts Raymond in 7th and Tyler Clements back here in 8th. Adam Thompson, in the 9th position, that number 71 machine. He's been kind of having an up and down night. Holds on to a top 10 though right now. Good run for him. Old Disco in the 45 doing a good job. He's sitting in 10th. It's got Kyle Clark right behind him in the number 30. And the Governor found his way back up to 12th, last pit on lap 92. So the Governor is back on the lead lap, trying to make up as much ground as he can. Not sure if he's going to be able to make it the rest of the way, though, because we just saw the 13 of JR come down pit road again. So maybe Sam Lawson trying to save some fuel, maybe get a good finish and salvage his night. Back up to the front of the field, you see Chris Carroll is starting to run him down to put him a lap down here. Taking a look at chat. Yes, that 5 car is moving. Nicholas Lamb is now around Larry Bell. Or he's fighting side by side with him here. That puts Nicholas up inside the top 5 once again. So them 5 lap fresher tires are helping right now. 15 laps to go. He's about 6 seconds off race leader Chris Carroll. I don't think it's enough time. Back up to the front of the field. Chris Carroll is starting to pull away from Brian Zimmerman. They got around the 12 car Sam Lawson. That puts Lawson a lap down. But first car one lap down. So if caution were to come out right now, he could get that lap back. That's kind of what he needs right now to get himself back into this race is a yellow. Everybody pretty much spaced out, though. I don't think we're going to see one here with 13 laps to go, soon to be 12. So last car on the lead lap is the number 30 of Kyle Clark. Clark is starting to run down that number 45 of Disco. So I tell you what, Brian Zimmerman almost getting into the outside wall coming out of turn number 2. He is making up some ground here. Last time by, Zimmy was about a 10th quicker than Carroll. So has Zimmy figured something out? Coming out of turn number 4, across the line, it's going to be 11 laps to go. Not sure who that is. Carroll's starting to run down right there. That's a 6 car Chummy Miller. Okay, so Chummy Miller currently shown in 16th position. Already 1 lap down. It's about to go 2 laps down right here. Gets around him, and he got around him quickly, but Brian Zimmerman's going to have to do the same. Zimmy's starting to fall off a little bit. Chris Carroll was about a 10th quicker than Zimmy that time by. Out of turn number 4 and across the line, 9 laps to go for Chris Carroll. Looks like Zimmy might have burned his stuff up a little bit. He's trying to catch that number 97 car, and he was actually 2/10 slower last time by. 8 laps to go. So time running out for Brian Zimmerman. The time also running out for this 5 car of Nicholas Lamb. He would love to see a caution right now as well. These guys are working around the lap car of Sam Lawson. Chris Spencer has found his way around that 73 car. Chris Spencer now up to 3rd. That's 22 positions that 21 car has gained tonight. Having a great run. But did the 5 car wear his stuff out too much trying to get through the field? Looks like he might be struggling a little bit to get around the 73 car. Back up to the front. Still Chris Carroll now has about a 1.3 second lead over second place Brian Zimmerman. Had to turn 4 and across the line, 6 laps to go. Let's go back and take a look. The 5 car making a move on the outside of Jess Vaught right now, looking for 4th. 21 is Spencer trying to work his way around lap traffic of Chummy Miller as they're, oh man, that could have been bad right there. The 5 car had to back out of it. He lost a lot of momentum right there. He's going to have to try and go back at him again if he wants to get a top 3 here tonight. Chris Carroll still runs about a 10th quicker than Brian Zimmerman each lap. Gap now to about 1.5 seconds. Out of turn 4, it's going to be 4 laps to go. This time by for that number 97. Oh, Nicholas Lamb brings it down pit road. Is there problems for that number 5? Taking tires? I don't, that's interesting. Very, very unscheduled pit stop. Out of turn 4, 3 laps to go for Chris Carroll. And Nick Lamb, he's still on pit road. Not sure what happened there. So Chris Carroll's going to come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Popsicle 6 in the air for the 97. 2 laps to go. Brian Zimmerman still holds on to second. I don't know if these guys are having to save fuel or not. They're starting to lose a little bit of time here to Chris Spencer. I don't know. Maybe they're going to be close on fuel. So it's going to be white flag in the air for Chris Carroll one more time around. Out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway for the final time. He had a hard-fought race, started near the back of the pack, had to work his way all the way back up to the front, and Chris Carroll is going to be your race winner here tonight in Las Vegas. Second place is Brian Zimmerman. Third, Chris Spencer. Jess Vaught rounds out 4th. Raymond Herdina in 5th. Tyler Clemens 6th. Larry Bell comes home 7th. Adam Thompson 8th, Noel Holmberg, a.k.a. Disco, in 9th, and rounding out the top 10, Kyle Clark. Great job to Chris Carroll taking home the win tonight. So that was actually a really good race, ladies and gentlemen, as Chris Carroll continues to burn it down, celebrate his victory. Green flag there, stage 3. Only a couple cautions. Really good race. What we're going to do, everybody, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, post-race interviews. Stick around. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we are catching up with our third place finisher, Chris Spencer, in the number 21. And Chris, you started near the back. You gained 22 positions today, coming home in third place. You definitely got to be happy about that.
Yes, yeah, that was Heck of a race there. We started off, didn't feel too, was having a really bad tight issue at the beginning of the race. Finally got it to where it was turning, and man, that was a good race, great race. Pretty happy with that.
So were you working on the car pretty much through stages 1 and 2? Because you were kind of sitting in the back, and I mean, you slowly worked your way up towards the front. I mean, was it just dialing in the car all night, or?
Pretty much, yeah. Like I said, that first run, just struggled really bad with a tight problem. We finally got that stage break, and it was a great time for us to make adjustment there. So we made an adjustment, kind of went the wrong way, came back down that second one, and went back the other way. I made a big swing at it, and it kind of brought the car to life there.
Well, hey, man, you come home in third place tonight. Great points run for that number 21. Who you got to shout out?
Of course, Sam, we love watching broadcasts. Really, really good stuff there. Front Row Esports, my entire team, Smoke Show Racing, SRTV Network, all the guys that make it happen for us every week. Racing for some team points, so I won't be racing the full season, but trying to get some team points and hopefully some maybe a few wins in there.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations again on your third place finish, and we'll see you again next week.
Sam, thank you.
That was Chris Spencer, your third place finisher tonight. Again, great job. He up 22 positions. I mean, you cannot complain about that. Now, we got to talk to our second place finisher, and that's Brian Zimmerman in the number 28. Another driver kind of hung out near the back and worked his way all the way up towards the front. Brian, what was your strategy pretty much all night, bud?
Adjust until I could get the car to turn. I was pushing so hard early, kept making adjustments each pit stop, and finally got it to where it would turn and not burn the right front off. But I was still pushing. I needed one more pit stop to really make one more adjustment to have a run at Chris there. He just had a little bit more speed than I did on the long run. I think early in the run, we were pretty equal. He was saving, and I was trying to save, and just also trying to gap the field a little bit, but and try to protect 1 and 2 there. But I didn't have anything for him late. I needed one more pit stop to make some adjustments to even have a shot at that. But overall, I'm happy for the night. Early in the race, some of the guys in the league, they were. I don't think they was happy with the Five Kings guys. They were called us the Five Clowns. So kind of rubbed us the wrong way. So me and Chris made it a point to have a good finish tonight. So be a fun season going forward.
All right, so it sounds like we might have a little drama starting up here in Front Row Esports. I'm gonna have to pay attention to that next week. But hey, Brian, great race overall. Like you said, you got Five Kings up there, 1-2 tonight. Yeah, I mean, not much more I can say, man. Great run, finished in second place. Who you got a shout out on that number 28?
Well, I think Tanner Marr and the guys at Five Kings let us run with this league, run with their team. We've enjoyed running with them. And thank you guys for throwing it up. And also Tom, all he does for all the work he does in this league. And we just appreciate the opportunity to run in here. A lot of good guys in here. They may not be happy with us right now, but we plan on running strong the rest of the year. So look forward to a good season.
All right, Zimmy. Hey, congratulations on second place here tonight, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you, Sam. You have a good one, bud. Have a good.
That was Brian Zimmerman in number 28. Didn't mean to cut him off right there. Already kind of had him hovering over his channel there. All good. Thanks, Zimmy. Appreciate it. Congrats on second. Now we got to kind of talk to the man of the hour, and that's Chris Carroll. In the number 97, taking home the win here tonight. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this was another driver who kind of was near the back of the field and worked his way up through the pack and got himself a win. So, Chris, we asked Zimmy what his overall strategy was tonight. What was yours?
Well, at the beginning, Sam, we didn't have a very good car. We were adjusting on it and making all kinds of adjustments. So, I mean, I made a bit of a run up there, maybe a little too aggressive, but it wasn't turning very good. It wasn't getting into the corner very good. So I just started in the back to feel it out. I didn't want to get into traffic and not feel comfortable and kill a bunch of guys. So I started back there, and all of us were adjusting on it and fooling around with what it needed to do. So our strategy was, it wasn't on purpose. We had to fix a bunch of stuff there in order to be competitive. But I still don't feel like we had the best car out there by any means. I think we just come up through there clean and did what we had to do, and it worked out.
Yeah, do you think that your strategy might have played a little bit into tonight's win? I mean, you and Zimmy kind of had a different strategy. You came down pit road, and Nicholas stayed out for a while. So was it kind of strategy that helped you out a little bit there?
Yeah, I think, I mean, if you got the fastest car, you can kind of do whatever you want. We had to, we went a little bit different, and like I gave up a set of tires in the beginning because I knew we weren't that fast. I didn't know if we were going to make the car fast. So I gave up a set of tires in the beginning and lost a lot of spots to hopefully at the end save a set and be competitive. But the way it worked out, we went long run and the adjustments were okay, and we did a lot of stuff there. I'm really proud of that win because we didn't have the fastest car in there.
Well, hey, man, you came down stage 1 and 2, got that car worked on, made it fast, got up to the front, got yourself a win. Who you got to shout out on number 97?
Well, first, Sam, I got a shout out to whoever called us the Five Clowns in the chat. I'm not sure who it was, but we're gonna shout out to them and dedicate our win to that guy. But we got a shout out to USAFirearms.com. We got a shout out to you guys at TSP and all the sponsors and Tom and everybody that runs this series. And I got to thank all my friends and family out there for watching. My folks are always watching, and we stole one tonight, man.
Well, hey, Chris, again, congratulations on your win here tonight, and we'll see you again next week.
Thanks, sir.
That was the number 97, Chris Carroll, taking home the win tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And I got to say, that was actually a really, really good race. I'm glad I could be a part of it. Glad I could put it on for everybody. And I hope y'all enjoyed it as well. Let me go ahead and get your race results up on screen here. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Carroll, your race winner. Brian Zimmerman brings it home, P2. Chris Spencer in 3rd. Jess Vaught in 4th. Raymond Herdina in 5th. And Tyler Clements brings it home 6th. Larry Bell 7th. Adam Thompson 8th. Disco in 9th. And Kyle Clark rounds out the top 10. Sam Lawson, unfortunately, 1 lap down in 11th. JR had a pretty good run going here tonight in that number 13 car, but ultimately brings it home P12, 1 lap down. Philip Mullinax 13th, Dave Mayberry 14th, Chummy Miller 15th, and on, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for tuning in to True Sim Productions on a Friday night for the Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series. Sorry about that. We're going to get out of here. I hope you all had a good one. We'll see you tomorrow night for Front Row Esports Dirt. Y'all have a good one.